Hello everybody, Manly is here and welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XVI. We're just going to continue with some more side quests here. And let's go ahead and do Nobody's Tool up here on the side.
There's something about it.
We talk to Captain Doris.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
Of course, we will go together.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Alright, let's go ahead and journey to Balmung Dark. Kind of sounds like a cool place. Let's see. Back to Waloed then, huh? Oh, it's that arena. Yeah, this was where we went to when we first came through here, and the comment was made that
Doris
this
is waiting
isn't
for me
on
near Balmung
any of...
Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashyyyk. I need to hurry.
Vivian's maps, and we said maybe for good reason. There's one of these guys, if I can. Fight them, but I guess I will. Actually, do I need to? I hope not. Let's just see if we can run. I don't like fighting the bombs. They take forever. Okay, awesome.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with the Kashyyyk. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer. I hope.
Damn, they can't really be held captive here. Who else? Who's gonna, like, feed them?
Locked up tight.
Provide sustenance. is the key? Oh no, Balmung Dark, writ of designation. The Kingdom of Elude hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof is to be punishable by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the pursuit of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
So they're using their magic to train a Kuza. That's not good. We got a chest here. Okay, with only 20 sharp fangs. We can go upstairs, but let's clear out the ground floor first. Okay, we have another thing up there. Recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and that the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of eluder lives.
Minimal loss of eluder lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
I want to go upstairs first before we get that last one. Because I don't want it to lock us out of this area.
Time to fight.
But I'm sure we're going to have to come back up here anyway.
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope we have better luck downstairs.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be here. I don't see why they would be. To be honest. Should be long gone. That's cool. Why is he running back? Because I got him out of the fight area? Doesn't make sense. Okay. Alright, there we go. That was weird. I got a chest. Cool. Empty shard. Don't really need it, but cool. Alright, now we can go back downstairs, get that last piece. Looks like a perfect place to fight a Kuza, though, don't you think? Memorandum on Kuza Beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bearers no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required. Ooh, that's fucked
They were
up.
feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Hopefully a little better luck. But like I said, really doubtful we're going to find anybody alive here. And if we do, it's a miracle. Probably won't like the news, though, from what we found.
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Alright, we got the jailer's key. Which I imagine is going to be using that door.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Okay, and this isn't good. We got a chest though with some amber. Oh wait, what?
Survivor.
A
She sounds
child?
close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
Oh
It's
shit.
out there waiting for me.
You're safe now.
I can't let it live. Not
Okay.
if it's got a taste
Looks
for
like we have
bears.
our work cut out for us. Let's see if there's anything over here before we get into it. Maybe a potion. Nope. Some clutch mine. Isn't really going to help us in this battle, but you know what? I think we're ready either way. As long as he doesn't bring out any meteors. And the Kuza Beast. It's got a bounty on him too. Awesome.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
Where's the... There it is. Got a little bit of the stagger going on.
That's better. Nice try.
At least we can get up our Zenitsuken. When we do stagger him, hopefully.
Nice try.
Yes. Some. This. Actually, before we do that, let's get a strength tonic. And then we can do this. And hopefully kill it here. Oh, it looks like we have enough for a level up too. Awesome. Level 47. We get the Behemoth Shackle. While it certainly hasn't stopped kings and emperors throughout history from trying, every attempt to tame behemoths has invariably ended in tragic failure. Or rather, it had, till the kingdom of Waloed discovered a means to influence the beast's primitive mind in the form of an enchanted shackle that presumably works similarly to crystal fetters, but without impeding ethereal channeling, and some meteorite.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No, of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
What do we get for our troubles? Let's see. Nobody's tool. Oh, and we get the Breath of Darkness for Gungir, which reduces cooldown time by 1.6 seconds. Not really worth it to me. Gungir already comes back pretty quick. Alrighty. On to the next one. Oh, we have a new bounty at Nectar. Let's see what they have for us. Okay, one we already eliminated. This one we did last episode. Oh, we have an S rank one. The Masterless Marauder. The Waluder army captured such beasts and tried to train them to serve, but this particular specimen's training has long since ceased. Whether its captors turned to Kashyyyk with the rest of their comrades or were eaten by their pet when it broke free from its bonds, we shall never know. All we do know is there is none left alive who knows the words to put an end to its rampage. Only a show of force will suffice. Okay. We're going to find out where this one is, because I want to do that because I really want to get Goddard Damerung's last crafting materials. That way we can at least enjoy it for some of these other side quests. And it didn't say where it was. Huh. Okay, that's fine. We'll go and look it up really quick. Okay, so this one is just going to be in that northernmost part of Waloed over here. So if we travel to this one, it should be right in the open field. And that looks about right. Hopefully we have enough to destroy it. Let's get into it. Behemoth King. Okay. This one's gonna be tough.
Another of your list guard dogs. What a specimen it is, too.
I like how long that lasts too, especially for like bosses like these. Oh wow. It's not a good camera angle. Let's go ahead and pop a strength tonic. Break. What is going on here? Those area of attack effects are insane. Is that not hurting him? Oh, it is. Okay. What we need to do though now is put these on our shortcuts. Some of them.
Well done.
Hopefully this will be it. Yes. Oh man. Not as intense as Farog. There were a couple close calls though, in that we almost died. And we get another Behemoth Shackle and another Orichalcum. So that means that we can use an Orichalcum to craft one of the Ouroboros items.
No match for you,
Yeah,
Torgal.
what? I mean, I love Torgal, but that was all us. Okay, let's head back to the hideaway. And then, of course, we're going to stop by Karen and restock all our potions.
Clive, if you're gonna buy something, be quick about
Does she have anything for us? No, nothing there. Okay. Sun bracers. Oh, we have those. We could buy all those. Okay.
It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Alright, where to next? Let's talk to Uncle Byron. Oh, actually, no. Hold on. Before we do that, stop by Blackthorn.
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want?
Okay. So we're 4 to 3, 1 out of 2 Dark Steel. We don't need... We just need the primitive battle horn and dark steel. Okay. Let's do 37. Let's do these. Because all it needs is
No
one.
scratches, all right? Anything else?
Cool. Now we can talk to Uncle Byron.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many, but in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, It's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes? But such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Yes, we'll meet with the field marshal.
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the field marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No, thank you, Clive.
Three's Company, indeed. Meet Havel at the gates of Rendella. Okay, that's going to be our closest one.
Do you see that too?
Havel. Isn't Havel a Dark Souls character as well?
Just make it stop. I'm scared.
What are they looking at?
Nothing good's gonna
Oh
come
shit,
of this.
that's
I'm
pretty
telling
cool.
you.
Just looking at it's enough to send a shiver down your spine.
That's cool that they are kind of interacting with the changes in the world. Let's use our chocobo to get there faster, and there she comes sauntering around the corner. Let's change up our items again. Do this one there, and our high potions there, because we don't want to be using our elixirs haphazardly, because they're expensive. I mean, we have the gil for it. Just would like to not spend it eating up all my elixirs. That looks like trouble.
That can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right.
It won't. Men, finish him.
So many people. A couple. Let's do. You got a goblin corn. It's a decent amount of gil.
Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am. Or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Oh, Quentin. That's somebody that we haven't talked to in quite a while. He's over in the Golden Bales. Sure, he's getting along just fine, though.
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Okay, let's head back to Byron. Let him know that our work here is finished. Hopefully.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. 2 such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw!
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes. And I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. And there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
Bit of a long-winded quest, that's for sure. Okay, we get the Trinity Accord, which is just another curiosity for our chambers, signed by representatives from Rosaria, Dhalmekia, and Sanbreque. This mutual accord sets the stage for a new age in Storm, if not officially, then at least in spirit. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Byron Rosfield. We also get the Breath of Darkness, Heaven's Cloud. Reduces Heaven's Cloud cooldown by 2.1 seconds. Okay. Obulus the Boatman. Creepy looking guy. Alright, we have about 3 more here. Let's go do Litany of Errors. I want to say Joshua's and for last. Alright, what's the easiest way for us to get there? Probably up here, huh? We have the kids. And we have up here. Oh, I don't think we've ever been up here.
I will not
That's
let them
cool.
be forgotten.
Herman.
Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names, but they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
No, I'll go instead. It's
You
too
are
much
a
of a
good
risk.
friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vie de Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
Now let's journey into Badback Conservatory, which we know to be over here in Waloed. Seems to be a rather popular place right now. I'm glad we're able to explore. Because I really like this area. I said it, you know, I think earlier in the series that what Final Fantasy does really well is set pieces and environments. And this is no exception. And just the issue with this game is how it fills those spaces. When you look at larger games, you know, probably not good to compare it to, but like Elden Ring, they knew how to fill their spaces, even though they had large maps. And even then, sometimes less is more. Sometimes. Okay, how do we get up here? Okay, looks like we have to go around. Because while it's nice to have such open plains, if there's nothing to do in them, then it's almost a waste, which is a shame because there are some really cool spots here.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Let's beeline it to the chest, get a potion. Badbach Conservatory. Writ of incorporation. The Kingdom of Waloed hereby incorporates this institution, wherein juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in service to the state as soldiers. Trainees succumbing to the crystal's curse or otherwise perishing are to be disposed of with all haste. The graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. Bearer disposable within its bounds is punishable by death. Damn.
Disposed of.
Conditioning schedule. Today's exercises will consist of the press yard, 20 sandbags for each duration as instructor shall dictate. The furnace, burn intensity to be gradually increased. Live combat, 1 to 3 hellhounds depending on performance.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman.
I've recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not so much as thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I'd been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today, one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps from the table. It was her smile, the smile she inherited from her mother, the mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. Their ghosts have all come back to haunt me, my daughters, my wife's, all of them. All those children, so many have died at my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer. And so, I've decided, tomorrow, I, too, must die. It will be the last order I give those poor wretches, the last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb and enter my accursed corpse beneath the white tree whose crooked hands reach to the sky in supplication. And beside me, my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all those I have wronged. It's pretty heavy.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
Looks like
Full
the tree.
bright tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Badbach Conservatory. Registry of Bearer Losses. 846V, 8E16D. Hans, 10 years old. Lithification. Alfred, 9 years old. Succumbed to conditioning. Franz, 12 years old. Lithification. Paulina, 10 years old. Emaciation. 1 day later. Bruno, 11 years old. Disciplined for attempted flight. Johanna, 12 years old. Disciplined for attempted flight. Day after that. Reinhard, 9 years old. Succumbed to conditioning. Marta, 10 years old. Succumbed to conditioning. Lothar, 12 years old. Lithification. Dietrich, 11 years old. Emaciation.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. And where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose.
Okay.
This place is cursed.
Save that. Maybe I should have gotten too long. Just needed one little hit after that. We get the registry. Okay. Let's head back to Herman. I'm getting all these materials, but not the one that I need.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
The Bearer Registry. A concise and disturbingly detailed record of bearer orphan deaths at the Badbach Conservatory.
If I may? The Bearer Registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
For our efforts, we get the Breath of Ice Mesmerize, which reduces Mesmerize cooldown by only 1.2 seconds. Alrighty. Not too great, but we'll take it because we get some good experience points and ability points. Alright, what's next in the hideaway? We only have 2 left. Aiming high. Let's go ahead and do that. Any new bounties? Nope.
What do you think happened to Miss Mid?
These kids.
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Mididol. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stonear.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Mididol's inventions. Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together? She seems really sad.
I'm a little worried about Mid myself. Always should be.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
She's a bit of a loose cannon sometimes.
For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
Let's go speak with Mid.
Has Mididol
Glad to know that there are many
mentioned a new
people that
project
care for her, but
Not exactly.
kind of haven't had a chance to follow up with her since everything.
Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will.
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them. But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First, I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if her godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this
now
bone
we gotta
while I'm there
go
as
talk
well.
with the curse breakers. Okay, they're gonna be down there.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Carava, near Old Bidza. Or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
We have a couple things that we have to do. First, obtain some oil from Aldale, and then defeat a desert Tor in Carava. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's go to Aldale first and get the oil. Okay, so here's our first thing of oil.
It's oil. After what happened here. It's a miracle there was any left at all.
Goblin Mugger. What should be like down here on the dock or something? No, it's not gonna be like that. Maybe a little bit overkill for some goblins. But we just want to get it done with without hopefully being interrupted. Okay, let's check over here in the storehouses. Awesome. Here's our next one.
This should be enough.
Great. And now the desert tour in Carava. We gotta go behind us. Yep.
Ready, go?
What is this thing called? A storm panther?
No mistakes.
Have we fought one of those? Oh yeah, we have.
Again.
Huh?
Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgal, where would you hide?
Right there in front of us.
It looks like we found it.
No, I don't think it's gonna do much damage considering it's in its shell. Shell, please. Okay. Maybe we can get Alexander Tukin up and just. No, didn't. really is a little bit tougher, considering that he has such a small area to attack. Advantage of it while we can. Hopefully we'll get him staggered here. Great. Let that finish. See if we can do that. This one. Yes. And we get an adamantoise shell. And this is new to us. We haven't found this before, really. It is believed an adamantoise will grow a thin new layer to its protective shell once every 2 moons. Considering that many of the creatures live for hundreds of years, it should come as no surprise that the shells of older specimens can be several hands thick, weigh over 50 stone.
Better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype. Mid, tell me this is all you need.
We give her the adamantoise shell and shipwright's tallow, a thick, noisome lubricant made from the rendered fat of sea beasts, commonly used by shipwrights on the cranes and winches they employ in shipbuilding.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realized I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Let's go update the children on our accomplishments.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you 3 can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales?
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember.
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Has Midadol mentioned a new
I was running around. How come the kids just couldn't give it to her?
Not exactly. She seems preoccupied.
Well, did they have it?
overlooked component of Mid's deconstructed scales, its purpose remains a mystery to all but Mid.
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own, but with the right cog in the right place, well, you just wait and see.
It's gonna fly, isn't it?
That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it isn't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it isn't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that is a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Aim high indeed. And we get the model airship, a curiosity for our chambers, amidst dangerous dream of flight, immortalized in miniature. My dad always said there were two ways of living life, chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. Okay, interesting thing to tell your child, but all right. Okay, we have one last side quest here in the hideaway that we're gonna do. And that is for our brother Joshua. Let's go see what we can help him with.
Ah, Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's... nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will. Or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but... would you join me?
Of course, if it has anything to do with our father's will, we have to.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
Okay, let's go speak with Cyril. Oh, there he is, right in Tabor.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous. Cyril, you found a letter from Father? Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
Alrighty. My beloved sons, I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet, even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. I've made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way. It shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you, your father.
An inheritance?
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of? His plans for the Duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril.
I wonder if it's Yote or Jote? 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 Never mind.
My lord, Your Grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
All right. Slay Simmer in Titan's Wake. Okay, let's go ahead and just fast travel to the Gilded Path, get us a little bit closer, and execute the will of our father. Hopefully, Joshua's with us, right? Okay, cool. Be nice to have the company. All right, yep, I'm going the right way. Oh, shoot.
There it is. For House Rosfield.
Oh, damn. That's pretty cool.
Nice try.
I want to get him lined up with this. Let's see if I can... Okay, cool. Now we can do the flare. He really likes this, save it for when we get him staggered. Actually, no, I'm just pop it now, and we can get him staggered a little bit quicker. Teleport Zenitsuken. Looks like we'll stagger him here. Giga Flare, and then we'll do Zenitsuken. Very cool. What do we get? Heartstone. Griffin suffers something akin to the crystal's curse, their flesh slowly turning to stone over a lifetime of channeling ether. Unlike bearers, however, the effect is far more gradual and limited to a sac around their hearts, the slower progress of petrification resulting in the formation of a gemstone of rare beauty.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
Okay.
Thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame, it is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your Grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, The lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms. Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that his Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
Okay, cool. We get the Founder's grasp. So let's exit and see what Joshua has to say.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Let's take a look at these armbands first. I imagine it's something that we can equip. Yep, so the Founder's Grasp. It gives us more health, but a little bit less defense. Fashioned after those pictured adorning the wrists of the mythical founder in ancient engravings, Archduke Elwin intended to gift these bands to his beloved sons upon their coming of age, that they might serve to remind them of the unbreakable bonds they share as proud scions of the ducal line, of the unwavering devotion that would be required to see their duty done. I'm not going to equip that, only because I like the defense bonus that we have currently with the Sons of Ouroboros. But let's go visit our dad's memorial. Alrighty, world map. To Hawk's Cry Cliff we go. There's still a area that we have yet to discover down here, huh? Interesting. Maybe all the side quests aren't done yet.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then?
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Not gonna lie, I got some chills seeing our father standing behind us there. Thought that was a really, really cool moment. And we get the rusted battle helm, Archduke Elwin's helm, worn during his victorious campaign to quell the Northern Uprising. War is coming, my boy. We must make ready. Okay. What is this? Joining hands with Joshua. Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Damn, I should have done that one first. I would have had his help. Okay. Let's make back to the hideaway. Looks like we have another side quest there waiting for us. How wonderful. And it's in the form of a missive. But that's just going to wait until next episode, where we will do part 3 to the last of the side quests. Hope you enjoyed these ones so far. They are fleshing out the story of some of our characters pretty well, and really kind of adding to that build up in a way. Some not so much, others yes. But in any case, as always, I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you next time.